Hey, I'm Jocelyn, and the podcast that I listened to this week was Entertainment Law Update with Gordon Firemark. And three things that I took away. One was I learned about right of publicity and how if you don't want your face on Facebook while they're showing ads and stuff like that is a thing, which I didn't know. And for my business, I kind of just took that into consideration because I may have an artist who is just completely against any kind of which would be against social media campaigning, and in my mind would just defeat the purpose. But there may be instances where they don't want ads, I guess, going up where their face is going to be, their pictures are going to be, and I'm like, do I work something out with Facebook to where it's like, hey, this artist, they're going to have a Facebook page, but they don't want you advertising on their page. That's apparently a thing. So that's just something I took into consideration. Also, federal laws can be copyrighted. That's something that I did not know. And for me, I was just thinking about, okay, if I publish my company publishes a monthly newsletter, and then we want to hit on some things pertaining to law, just to keep my staff informed, and I were to publish something that is protected by copyright, then I would get in trouble for that. I could potentially get sued for that. And so that's just like, wow, well, maybe I should research what laws are protected, because and maybe it's just ignorant of me, but I just thought that it was all just kind of public domain. Like I could just quote any or take, I don't know what the word, I guess quote or write about any kind of law and just put in there, be like, hey, the law says such and such and such and such, but that could be protected by copyright. And so if I were to publish that, then I can get a lot of trouble. So that was just news to me. And in the future, when I am publishing newsletters and stuff like that, it's like something that I want to keep in mind. And also just for just anybody else that's going to be a part of my company, if they're kind of dabbling in that, just to keep them informed of that as well. And also there was another case where this guy was he was doing derivatives study guides that were derivatives of books that are already published, like Catcher in the Rye, Breakfast at Tiffany's, books that are not public domain. And he thought that was okay because, they're similar. He's not using the same exact characters, but it's like very similar, which I've studied and looked at cases where in music where it's like, oh, that sounded similar, so people got sued. And it's just another thing to me. It's kind of like you can't be too careful when it comes to copyright infringement. And that's something that I want to pass on to my artists. It's like, you may think that just because not a whole lot of people are listening to your music, you think you can get away with borrowing a couple of lyrics or similar lyrics from, a major artist or whatever. But no, you could very well get caught. Like, I'm pretty sure this guy is doing these study guides. Like, he probably thought he could just get away with not asking permission to even use similar content from these books. I'm just really interested in the whole copyright area because I feel like there's so much, and it's just there's like a lot of lines that you can cross, and you just can't be too careful. So thank you for watching.